Hey everybody, Chiron here, and welcome back to another episode of Banished. So, we're gonna jump right into it today and get working on our food situation. So, I'm a little bit confused on this. So, we have all of these rice planters. They're planting and harvesting about 1,000 rice per season. So, that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be about 10,000 food. We have about 40 people here, so that should be about 4,000 food that they need to survive. So we're planting 10,000 and we're feeding 4,000. So we should have a major excess of food coming in. But I think something's up with rice where it's actually not considering it a food item. It's really strange. So we're going to continue on. I'm going to grow up a little bit of food, try and kind of survive the season. We'll increase our food limit quite a bit and see what happens. So let's get a couple of fields in place. It is late winter, so spring is coming up real quick here. I'm just going to put in a couple of fields that we can use that won't have to do any kind of harvesting or getting rid of these trees or anything like that. And then we should be able to... Oh, that one has stuff it needs to remove. And then we should be able to get a little bit of a food supply. What? Oh, it's that little branch right there. We should be able to get a little bit of food up and running. Hopefully our rice will start producing what it's supposed to produce, and then we should be able to get a what are they called? I can never remember what these are. Town hall. We can get a town hall in place and hopefully figure out our food situation at that point. Oops. Down to 1, and then there we go. So that should get us a little bit of food coming up in the season. So it's early spring. I'm actually going to set these to not pick up so that hopefully we'll be able to get as much planted as possible, and we can just use our regular laborers to collect those. So I'm going to take down our wood production for now. We have 400 wood, which should last us a while. Really, we need to focus on food at this very second. I'm also going to put in a fishery. So the fishery, if you can see, it has a much bigger radius. It's about the same radius as the forest lodge. And hopefully it will also help us out when we're trying to collect up some food here. So I'm just going to put it there for now. It's not an ideal location, but it's nice and close by so that we don't have to build more homes to be able to have our people work it. Alright, and then I'm also going to do a cancel removal of pretty much everything, and we're going to do a food clear. That should hopefully keep us going. So we don't have anybody starving yet. We have, there is rice in the home, so it is saying that rice is a food item. Just pretty interesting. Because the numbers just don't really add up. How we're producing 1,000 and it's going nowhere. Alright, so hopefully these will go in place pretty soon here. It's midsummer. I think by late summer these should actually harvest, which is pretty good. We do have one home that is without food, but should not be too big of a deal. A couple homes. We don't actually have anybody starving yet. And rough tool production probably could get an increase. We do have our dock workshop here. That's being built, so we can do some more rough tools through that once it actually does build. Let's get a couple more builders in there, and we'll do priority on that guy. There we go. And then we'll do rough tools through here and increase by 1. Good to go. So that should keep our tool production up. They're using tools at quite an alarming rate. We might want to put in this second blacksmith when we get a chance. I don't really want to use up the 50 iron that we have, just in case we need it for something else. Alright, so they're getting those harvested up. We do have one person that's starving right now, but we are stocking the homes, which is good. So as soon as he goes home, he should be good. Oh, and of course he's a rice planter. he might die if he doesn't go home. So I'm kind of preparing for that. Yep. Did not end up going home, so ended up starving. Alright, so let's drop down our builders a little bit so that we can get people focusing on food. We should have definitely an excess of food coming up, so all the homes are good. We don't have anybody that is starving right now, so we should be fine and dandy. This field needs to get harvested, though. That's for sure. Alright, so we're good on chopped wood, which is good. We have an herb grower coming in. Our tool supply is going back to normal, so we're getting everybody outfitted with tools. Our trading post is up and running, or up and building at least. So that's definitely a great thing. Oh, you are set to pick up. That's why you're taking so long. Alright. So, what else do we need to do here? So, a couple things that we're going to need here are the specialized warehouses. So, we want to put a couple of these in. I think I just want to span kind of the entire side here. Let's see. I think it should be right about there's the end. I'm not sure why it's giving me the option to put a road in there, though. Alright. I think the road kind of curves around. That's why it doesn't line up. So we'll just line it up with the graphic. And we'll get some of these guys in here. And that'll do. So a couple specialized warehouses. We'll pause most of these. And we'll let that one go. So that means that we're going to need building supplies and we're going to need lumber. I'll actually pause that until we get the supplies in hand. So lumber and building supplies, we could potentially just trade for those. That might be a good idea. And then we also have our, let's see, herb grower. What's going on here? So we have our herb mender and our herb grower. We have our gathering hut. And we don't have anybody working on trees. I think we need at least one person working on trees. Alright, so let's do a nice little resource clear in that area. Continue on with our day. So now we're out of the danger zone. So we've got some nice rice growing. We've got some students being educated. We have everybody tooled up and ready to go. Tool limit, we'll leave that at 50, just so that we're not wasting time. Oh no, these fields are not getting cleared. Alright, so let's drop those guys down. We'll drop our woodcutter down and our teacher down. And we'll just get those fields cleared out. Alright. We'll stop work on that one. And we'll get as many... Go away. Get as many people as possible working on these fields. So that we can make sure that we have... Oh man, where did all our where did all our logs go now? We were capped for the longest time, and now everyone's just getting cold. Alright. Alright, so I think this one might be dead for the season since they didn't actually start planting it. So I think we'll have to give up on that one for now. Alright. So we'll get everybody over there. And then I think what we'll want to do is... we can't do distribution barns quite yet because we need 10 lumber for those. Let's see what kind of buildings we can put in. So dock storage is 40. A small barn's 30 plus 8. What else can we make here? We could do a stall. Alright, I think we're going to have to do a small barn here. And we'll do a small barn here. Alright. So then that should allow all of our people to kind of gather up resources in a timely manner. We'll get our school back up and running. We have 8 laborers. They should be able to clear out those fields pretty quick. I'm hoping that we can continue to do the no pickup. I really do like that mechanic, but it may not work with this small of a population, unfortunately. Alright. So we'll drop down our fields back to 1 laborer per. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get high priority on that guy. And there we go. We'll put somebody in the fishery. We'll see how well that produces. This should, as far as I am aware, produce the most food out of anything that we have. Theoretically. So just to kind of show you, it's the something fishy mod, so it's not the very fishy or the slightly fishy. It is the middle fishiness one. Triples fish reproduction rate and doubles the radius. Alright. So we've got our trading post in place. Just need to wait for ye olde trader to come floating on down. And then hopefully we can get some good supplies. Like I said, a couple of things I'm looking for are going to be building supplies and some of those more advanced materials. Alright, and good news as well, looks like we're capped out on tools. So I think we can stop work on that one and we can free up one of our villagers and just keep this one pumping away at the rough tools. Alright. We'll do a stone and iron clear. Get that all going. And I think we need to start working on one of our mines. So let's get a, where is it here? So we could do a sawmill for 110 or a water wheel sawmill for 80 plus 30 or a saw pit for 15. Let's just do a saw pit like we did last season. Seemed to work out pretty well for producing a kind of slow and steady amount of lumber, and then we can always increase our production later. Right now we just need a small amount of lumber to kind of get these buildings up and running. So that should work without issue. So late winter, these guys hopefully they're still producing about 1,000 food. We have 8,000 spare, so we should be good to go. Alright, let's do a kind of a full resource clear in this area. I actually want to start putting in some actual permanent crop fields. So we'll do 5 by 30s, 5 by 30, and we'll just kind of continue that trend all the way down. 5 by 30. Oops. we go. So that should be a nice swath of crop fields for us. Alright, looks like we're maxed on fuel again. Let's actually increase our fuel limit to 300. Accidentally alt-tabbed there. Alright. So, let's see what else we need here. So we have some herbs and medicine, so our health should be pretty darn good. We've got food, we've got some fuel, we've got... we need to start producing iron, so this iron is not going to change at all. We're gathering iron ore from these fields for our tools, but we're not smelting iron quite yet. Stone, we do need a stone mine at some point. I'm not exactly sure where I want to put that. I think to conserve space, I'm just going to do the surface mine. So, let's see, stone and salt. As you can see, it takes up a pretty small area here. Versus the small, takes up a little bit more, but I think that actually produces, you can put more people on it, but it requires lumber. We could do a salt works to get our salt, so we don't really need the stone and salt mine. So small quarry, it is narrower. Only by one, though. Decision. I don't like that this area is not usable. Should be flat enough, but it's not. Is there any kind of little area that's not going to be usable for anything else? Not really. All this land is pretty valuable. I think we're just going to have to kind of deal with it, is what I'm gathering here. Interesting. Alright, so how are we going on our lumber situation here? Hasn't even started, which is awesome. We'll bump up. Oh, we do have a trader, though. We do have a trader that gives us food items. It's a general importer, though, so we can use that. Okay, so what do we actually want to get? So this is all food items. We could get whale blubber, start making lamp oil, but I don't think we necessarily need that. Yeah, I don't think there's anything from this guy that we need. Tallow. We could potentially start on candles, but we can make tallow, so that's not a big deal. Whale blubber we can't make, but we won't need it for a while yet. So we'll get rid of that guy and see what else comes along. Let's see what else we want to build. So we could do the farm supplier or the industry supplier. I'm thinking we want to do the industry supplier. And see if we can kind of put this somewhere. Unfortunately, does not appear like it wants to cooperate. Alright, we'll just put it right here then. That'll be a good spot for it. We do need some more laborers, though. Unfortunately, they're caught up in school. And our school is actually full, so we might have to build a bigger school. What can we do about a bigger school? It was the one-room schoolhouse that's the good one. The regular schoolhouse is not upgradable, but it can hold more children folk. 10, 20, 45 versus 55, 26. So it's about the same. As you're going to convert 45 logs, so it's 55 wood and 20 stone, or 55 wood and 26 stone. So not a big deal either way. Alright. So hopefully these guys get cleared out before... Oh, it's early spring already? Are you kidding me? Alright, so let's do all... If I can actually grab that tool. Let's do all hands on deck to get that going, and then we'll cancel the removal just so that we can get everybody up and running here in springtime, and then we can always put them back to the docks. Alright, we have our saw pit up and running. Let's see, looks like 2 more. Alright, and then we can go back to our dock workers, put 10 in there, and boom. They are back, and they are off planting. Hopefully this guy gets planting. Still late spring, still late spring, still late spring. Plant! Hey, there he goes. Alright. So we're good there. Actually, I don't think this one will plant yet, but it is late spring. Hey, look, that is planting. Sweet. Sweet. Alright, so we have our logs being produced, slowly but surely, so hopefully we'll be able to get that in place. We'll pause that for now just so that all of our lumber goes to our mine, so we can start working on that. Let's put in a stockpile here so that they have a little bit easier time clearing those resources. And then we're going to need to put in a barn of some sort here. So let's put in a barn. Got another trader coming through. Excellent. Full ivory. Do not need clothing. And that is all you have. So you are dead to me. I'm just going to put that over there so I can kind of watch our lumber production while we're at it. Alright. Those are tools. Tools are going down a little bit, so let's get you up and running again. Actually, we could probably... yeah, we could probably just keep this going. And we could do... We could make rope, because we're going to need a lot of rope. And why did you... I could have sworn that I had this as being upgraded. Maybe I'm losing it. Alright. So if we upgrade these, we're actually going to kick the inhabitants out, and they won't have anywhere to go. So let's upgrade that and get it built right away. So we don't have any kind of a barracks or a boarding house or anything like that quite yet. Oh, they did find a home. Awesome. Perfect. Alright, so we're in autumn right now. Mid-autumn, and everybody has cleared their fields. Fantastic. That's what I like to see. 15 lumber. Just need a couple more for that guy, and then we should be able to... we'll unpause that, just so that they can start collecting resources for it. It's not that big of a deal. Let's see, parsnip, blackberry, parsnip, blackberry, parsnip, blackberry. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we'll need to do eventually 3 more. And then we should have our food situation resolved. Actually, I don't think we'll actually use those 3 for now. just because honestly we're looking good on food at the moment. All right. So I think what I want to do here is put in a couple of dock pieces. Boom, like so. And we'll start making a little bit of a pier out. And this will be the start of where we're going to expand into the water. There we go. And what I'm going to do is pretty much line that entire piece with some of these guys. So large dock storage. Boom, boom. And then we're going to have dock storage all the way down so that these guys have a really easy access to bring their goods over to the dock storage. And then we'll just kind of make a nice big swath of rice fields here. Alright, you're falling behind a little bit. You're on late winter. So let's get you some help. Alright, don't have any lumber there. That one is filling up with our lumber, and we should actually have enough coming up here. So we have 30, we need 48. So we're almost there to building both of those buildings. Did not get this field cleared in time, so let's drop you down, and we'll actually start working this field. Just because we're going to be down a field. Alright, so our mine is in. It's just getting built. This guy just needs a little bit more lumber, and then that one should be good to go. So we're good there. And then I think I want to do a town hall. I don't think there's any kind of a town hall that we can do for this, though. I think you still need a chunk of land for that guy. So we have the shrine, but no town hall. So let's do that. We're going to do the old-fashioned town hall, not the fancy new Colonial Charter town hall. And I think we're going to put it, I think we'll put it right here. So this will kind of be the dock area where people and where goods can arrive. And then, you know, we'll probably put like a governor's office right here. So then the governor's office will kind of collect the taxes and tariffs and, you know, kind of oversee this area for customs and whatnot. Bison! Yes! Alright. So, do we want to do bison? That is the question. Do we want to do bison? It would be good, but we really need chickens. Chickens are going to be the main thing, because if we have chickens, we can do the dock chicken breeder. And we can produce feathers, eggs, and chicken meat through that. Bison, we would need to take a pretty large piece of real estate and convert that over into producing food. We could potentially get it now, and then later on we can swap it out for chickens, but I don't think I want to do that. That's a lot of resources that we're going to be giving up for something that's temporary. So let's get rid of that guy. And while we're at it, why don't we look into doing the farm supplier? If we can actually put this guy in anywhere, which is half the battle. Really? There's not a single spot on this area that I can actually put that in. Ay, ay, ay. I may actually have to tear down our dock. Dock's doing pretty good. Dock is going in. We do need a couple of homes over here, though. That would be a great idea. So let's get a couple of homes in here. We're just going to do the tiny shacks. So that our farmers have a place to go at night. Industry supplier is almost there. Farm supplier, where are we going to put you? I think we might put it here. If we just take these down, should be able to put it in. Let's see, farm supplier. Put it there, and then we have spot for one more dock piece. Make sure it's pointed the right direction. Dock piece. There we go. Alright, food is good. We have our industry supplier in here now, which is good, so we can start getting some building supplies and other things that we need. We'll load you up with a little bit. We're going to do iron ore for now. We don't have any way to produce furnace fuel quite yet. We need to get another source of fuel. So the chopper is going to be the source of fuel for homes, and then we need to do something else like reeds. So we can do fire bundles out of reeds at the dock worker. But we need reeds first. We need a lot of reeds. Holy cow. So how can we produce reeds? Reed farm. We would do it out to there. This guy might need to get destroyed. Yeah, so let's start planning this out. So right on the edge here, we'll start putting in, some dock pieces. Alright, put in a couple of dock pieces here. Gonna start making a pier out in this area. And then we'll put the reed production right there. Alright, so make sure that the dock is pointing in the right direction. It's always important. So we'll do boom, boom, boom. Good. So we don't actually have to... We don't have to destroy that building right now. There we go. Connect up those dock pieces, and then we should have reproduction in place so that we can start working on our dock workshop. And yeah, so we can do fire bundles, survival coats, and rope, all with reeds. It's going to be a really valuable resource coming up, I am guessing. So we'll get 2 people in there, start getting up some reeds. I'm actually going to just do 4 right away because that one is almost finished as well. We got our piers going out into the water, start to stretch our sea legs a little bit, and then yeah, should be in pretty good shape for our civilization going forward. Let's kind of plan out our next moves here. And then the important thing for here is you need to leave 1 space gap in between because these don't account for the dock pieces. Boom. So that's going to kind of be the way that goes, and then we're just going to have them kind of go down here with all of our dock storage up there. And yeah, that should be a pretty nice system that we have going on. So, food is good. We do have another person at our trading post. Deer. Deer is tempting though. Because we already have our hunting cabin going to town. If we had deer as well, we would only need 1 type of a butcher. Do we do deer? Deer, 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 deer. Tough choice. I'm going to leave this up. If you think I should do the deer, leave a comment below. If you think I should wait for chickens, let me know that as well, and I'll decide if we want to do it next episode. But that is going to do it for this episode. Actually, we do have an industrial supplier here. See what they have. Building supplies. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. So we'll do that next episode as well. We'll get some goods in here that we can trade. I don't exactly know what we can trade. Wild seed, I think, is probably food. Feathers, we could probably trade. Reeds maybe. We'll get some stuff loaded up here and see what kind of materials. Oh, we're out of wood. That's not good. We could probably do leather, and we'll save our lumber. We'll do leather. Leather's going to be 10, so then that's probably going to be our main source of income for now. Our hunting cabin is maxed out, which is good. And yeah, so that would be the other thing, is deer would also give us leather. So I'm kind of leaning towards it, but feel free to leave comments below if you want me to do deer, chickens, whatever you think is best, or if we can even afford the deer. Maybe we just don't have the resources for it quite yet. So yeah. Definitely love your feedback on the series. Seems like everybody's enjoying it so far, which is great. So if you have any comments, suggestions, or anything, please feel free to mention them, and I will take a look at what you have. And that'll do it for this episode, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for coming, and see you next time.